Speaking of free stuff, government handouts that are paid for with your tax dollars, even the Washington Post editorial board is warning that socialist boy Zohran Mamdani's free bus plan for New York is a disaster waiting to happen, writing this, quote, quality inevitably declines when a service is offered for free. Vagrants and drug addicts would camp out all day on New York's buses, especially in the winter. Parents would grow afraid to let their children ride alone. Wealthier residents would find another way to get around. But poor New Yorkers who depend on the bus would suffer the most.
This free bus fantasy is estimated to cost, by the way, $800 million for the taxpayers of this great city. Joining us now is Sentinel Action Fund President and former Assistant OMB Director Jessica Anderson and podcast host Ben Ferguson. Ben, let's go ahead and start with you. I admit this loud and proud. I ride the bus in New York City. It is the safest way to get around when not on foot, and it's cost effective. I do not go down under the subway, but if all of a sudden the buses are free and you've got criminals and homeless people on them, they're going to take that away from me too.
Yeah, look, this is going to work. Let's just all be honest. It's going to be fine. Like we have no other cases where it hasn't worked in this country. Oh, wait, except in Portland, Oregon, where they decided to do this and they repealed it very quickly because exactly what the Post is saying is going to happen is what actually happens. The other part is I love how Mamdani's just trying to buy votes at this point. This is a buying vote mechanism. It's no different than Obama phones. Remember when it's like, hey, if I vote for Obama, he's going to give me a phone. He's going to give me more minutes. And if I vote for him, he'll give me more free stuff. That is exactly what Mamdani's doing here. This isn't about the quality of life for anyone. This is about saying, hey, if you'll go vote for me on election day, I'll let you ride the bus for free. That is straight up buying votes. It will be a disaster. It will be something that people cannot afford because it's still going to cost a ton of money to taxpayers. And the Post, by the way, I rarely say this, absolutely right. The warning they're giving is exactly what is going to happen. So good luck, New York. If you vote for this guy, this is what you're going to get.
And those Obama phones, that was a program initially started under Ronald Reagan. And then it was expanded.
And they blew it up.
And then it was expanded under George Bush, 43. People called them Obama phones, and President Obama loved it. But again, Republicans...
They marketed the heck out of it, didn't they? They loved it. It's like, vote for me, I'll give you a free phone.
Republicans are part of the problem, is my point. That being said, Jessica, again, if you say free, that's his whole marketing campaign. Free.
Yeah. It is, absolutely. And we've seen this all the way going back to the primary in New York, where you had Mamdani arguing for free buses, government-run grocery stores, tax increases for the middle class, for the working class. All of these promises that he makes, it actually just shows, I think, his inexperience as a leader and his complete lack of experience in governing. He has no idea how these things are going to be paid for. He doesn't understand the impact that it's going to bring on safety and security of citizens that, frankly, are the most vulnerable in the city. And as Ben mentioned, voting is just around the corner with early voting in New York that starts October 25th. And unfortunately, this race is still too crowded. And until Sliwa drops out, a lot of Republicans in the city are going to have to do their civic duty and vote for Cuomo as the only one that can beat him to stop this socialist dream, which I think we all can agree we don't want to see spread outside of New York to other cities like Boston, San Francisco, Portland, et cetera.
His idea seems to be fake it till you make it. But he's dealing with people's lives. Elizabeth Holmes did that, and she wound up in prison.
Yeah, and we would need a miracle turnout, but I always hold out for the miracle.
That's right. We need 15% of the electorate to grow since the primary to take this guy down. So every vote matters.
All right, let's stay with this just for the last minute with crime. Let's move on to Salesforce CEO Marc Benioff, a longtime liberal backer, now praising President Trump's crime crackdown, telling the New York Times, quote, "We don't have enough cops, so if the National Guard, can be cops, I'm all for it," adding, "I fully support the president. I think he's doing a great job." Some people, Ben, are calling him out and saying he supported all this liberalism, and now he's just sucking up to President Trump.
Hey, look, better late than never. I think what you're actually seeing here is there's a lot of liberals that are saying they're sick and tired of not feeling safe in their own city. He talked about how they have one of their big meetings in San Francisco. He has to hire extra security, pay for extra security because there's not enough cops there. And look at my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Since they've sent in the National Guard and they've been doing the job there, you've got more than 600 violent criminals that have been taken off the street there. You have the crime rate dropping, just like we saw in Washington, D.C., the murder rate dropping, the carjackings dropping, the rapes dropping, the home invasions dropping. So I actually think this is a guy that's saying, you know what, maybe this is worth it, and I'll support the president.
I called somebody today, Jessica, quote, I've always looked at him and all of Silicon Valley as liberals out of convenience. If you want to operate there, you got to play the liberal. Maybe not anymore.
Yeah, I actually think this is the business community standing up for safety and security. They've seen what's happened to turn things around in D.C. and Memphis, and they want to see it in San Francisco, too.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Great to see you.